Okay, so hello everyone. So I haven't touched the base and the CP part for the past few months, so I'm just planning to do some CP and base as well. I'm just quite bad at these two things. So the problem here is a Mortal Kombat tower, so which is a problem solved by a tourist in a certain popular science background. So basically, what it is if you and your friend are playing a game of Mortal Kombat and you're just trying to pass the challenge tower. So there are n bosses in the tower, number from 1 to n, and the type of the ith boss is A of I. The ith boss is easy when the A of I is 0, otherwise the boss is off. Okay, so basically what it's saying here is there's n tower and each tower has a value, either it's 0 or 1 based on the value. If it is 0, it is an easy boss. If it is 1, then it is a hard boss. That's the summarization of this two lines. Okay, so during one session, either you or your friend can kill one or two bosses. Neither you nor your friend can skip the session. Okay, so the minimum number of bosses killed during one session is at least one. So basically, okay, so after your friend session, your session begins, then again your friend session begins, and your session begins, and so on. So basically, it's kind of like a swap between your friend and yours, friend and me. So basically, in one session, we can just either kill one or two bosses. So friend is to get good because he can't actually kill the hard bosses. To kill them, he uses skip points. One skip point can be used to kill one hard boss. Okay, so he's not actually good at this. So he's using skip points, which is okay, friend. Okay, so the hard boss is killed using skip point when it's a friend's turn. So your task is to find the minimum number of skip points your friend needs to use, and your friend kill all n bosses in the given order. Okay, so that's an example. Let's try to understand it. So there are 8 towers, and each tower is represents either 1 or 0 based on the level of hardness. Hard, uh, hard, easy, hard, easy, hard. So then the best course of the order is second. So we're trying to pick the first two bosses. Yeah. So because this can be used used using the skip point. And okay, so now friend is the fifth boss. 6 also killed by you. Friend is the last boss. He's no one skip point. Otherwise, using two skip points. Next, yeah, okay. So you have to answer the independent test cases. Okay, the first line is number of test cases, number of bosses, and okay. So you should have to print the minimum number of skip points and can use it. Okay, so this is quite important. The first session is your French session. So if the first session is one, then the minimum number of skip points used is one. So I'll just go and just try this. Okay, let's just move sidebar. Let's use this template. So the thing up here is we should have to get the number of. Okay, so this is the number of towers followed by vector big group. So vector the hardness of each boss levels, right? So just go and get the hardness of each boss levels. So it is starting from this till n. Okay, so basically what it is doing up here is the number of bosses and the hardness of each boss. Okay, so what's the approach and how can we solve this problem? So basically, uh, okay, the main idea behind this. So whenever that comes to 0, okay, so whenever that comes to 1, then it should be in our step. So basically, if it is 1, then should have to maximize the possibility that it should be started by us, so that even when 2-1 comes, we can just easily tag these two sections in our chances. Then our friend can just take out the easy bosses out. So, so the first criteria we just need to check the initial case. So which is of uh, France. Okay, so basically, let's say the answer, what should be. Okay, so basically what it does up here is, so we're just calculating the result or answer, anything we name it. So it is, the first thing is a 1, then the answer is automatically added as added to it, because we can't skip this thing, right? So it can be either 0 or 1, so we're just initializing it to the answer. Then we just start from this second scenario, so from the second index. So the first index according to this particular thing. So let's say for int I equals 1, I less than n, plus I. So what I'm just going to do up here is, if it is 0, then I can just skip it, because it can be solved by anything else. So there'll be no skip points for both of us, right? So it can be killed by both of us, me as well as my friend. So I can just skip it. So if the a of the a of I thing is equal 0, then you can just skip it. So it should be just continue it and move on to this next thing. Else, what we just do up here. So that's what we just going to write up here. So else, what we'll do up here is, so if it is 1, it is starts by us. Okay, so consider this kind of cases. Whenever it is 1, then it will be always started by us, not our friend. So that whenever there is two ones, when there are consecutive ones, then it can be easily solved by us. And for the 0, then we will just give it for the skip. For instance, it is something like 101. So say we will just solve these two. We will just kill two four bosses, and we'll take this of this. Then we will just solve these two bosses. Then there is no chance that we can just kill this boss too, because the max per session is 1 or 2 bosses. So this should be killed by us. So killed by my friend. So basically, what it says up here is, when there are more than 2 consecutive bosses, when there are 3 consecutive bosses or more than that, then there must be at least one boss who should be killed by your friend, right? So basically, I'll just try to initialize a variable. Let's call it as c. So which starts from the current index. It is 0, then skip it. So the current index should be of I, which is mapping up with this here. So starting from that index, we will just create a while loop where the index c should be of less than n, and the value of the index should be equals to 1. So if it is this scenario, so let's say this is index 2, it is less than n, yeah, it is less than n. Now also it is equals 1. So at that case, we will just increment the count. Okay. So once we are just incrementing that count, what we're just going to do up here is, so to just count until, so so it comes as count as 1 and 2. So after reaching this, the while loop exits, because the value is not 0, it is of sorry, the value is not 1, it is of 0. So it just breaks up here. Then we can just say, okay, we can just do a normal division by 3, and if it is, the resultant value should be the number of skip points that our frank is. So plus equals let's say c by 3. Yep, that's it, right? So yeah, so if the value is this is continuous of 3 times, then we can skip. Our friend should have to kill at least one hard boss. So that's what's happening up here. So it is continuously 2. So 2 by 3 will be of less than 0. So floor of 0.67 is nearly 0. So it is 0. So the answer is average to use. So if there are 3 continuous bosses, hard bosses, then our friend should at least kill one. So then at that time, so C by 3 will just become a 1. So this could to be added. So after performing this operation, so let's say this of I is up here, j is up here. So just calculate up to these positions, right? Then the I should be shifted. So I should not be up here. So I should be shifted up here, right? So basically, I should be sorry, I should be shifted up to this value. So what happens? So what we can just do up here is, we just need to reset the value of I. So which is I equals j. But also you have to consider the for loop also increments i's position by one. So let's say it's j minus one. So that after incrementing the sorry, it's not j, it's c. Uh, so even after incrementing the value of I, so it will be equals to the position where the c point up here. So yeah, then finally we can just print out the answer. We can just open it. Okay, let's try to test this. Okay, let's okay, what's the answer? Oops. Right. Okay. CR channel. So 95 C. Okay, so it is a which reactor? In the two reactor, right? Okay, it's the real thing. Okay, so now I can just compile it. Hmm. And I will just okay, the answer should be of 424310. Ah, it's completely wrong. Okay, let's say where we just made the mistake. Just implementing this. So see the entries, adding it up here. Okay, I'm not sure where this made a mistake. So basically, the game plan is quite good. The execution is bad, I think so. Okay, let's test the case by one. Uh, so let's return our okay, let's take the only one case case, 8 values of that, and the values of here is 4. So this just makes it as 1. Okay, this becomes a 0. Ah, understood. Should not be the final index. It should be the index minus the initial index. So the difference should be the 1. So this is the I and this is the C. The difference should be of these two should be the value of here. Um, so now we should have to work off. Let's have this and 1, 8, and I. 1, 8, and yep, it just working perfectly. So let's just test for the whole cases. I'll just copy it and paste it. So 2 2 2 2 2 1 0 2 2 2 2 2 1 0. If the solution is good, just submit the code. Okay, so etc. Yeah, so I think you just understood the base of this. Uh, yeah, so just in another solution from Neil as well as the tourist guide. So where is the DP value state is the prefix to the box that we have found and the person whose turn is next. So what they're just doing here is they're just following a DP, a DP way of solving the problem, the dynamic programming way. So where they're just storing the state of the prefixes of the bosses who fought and the person whose turn is next. The DP value is the number of hard bosses a opponent had to fight, and we want to minimize it. So for each stage, we can simply consider both options of fighting one boss or fighting two bosses to progress to the future solution. So in this solution, so I who represents the minimum number of hard bosses of our friend, given that we have we have finished the first algorithm, and that is whose turn to go next. Zero is us, one is our friend. Oh, one is our friend, zero is the right. So I'm not sure that. The code is a little trick that two times hard cancels out the hard bosses for us because of those for us, but includes them for our friend. Okay, so it's kind of like a state management. I'm not sure I understand the description of this book or the rules guide
Just
solution.
plus, if our friend only kills one boss, we will have to kill. We will have to use a skip point for a hard boss, and hard bosses are denoted by ones. So we just add AI because we have to add 1 for hard boss and 0 for easy boss. That's exactly the type of the boss. And if again I plus 2 is not greater than n, then we make minimum of us I plus 2 and again plus AI plus 1, because we'll have to kill two bosses, I and I plus 1.
Okay, so he just waiting two DP states. So one is for our friend and one is for us, and initializing uh,
We have 0 numbered bosses. So let's see. So again, we have multiple test cases, zeros and 1. More straightforward one, zeros, and we have an array of zeros and ones. So we will do dp, and I would assume there are different ways. But we can do the more straightforward one, which has two arrays. So us I is let's say that him I is the smallest number of skip points required to kill bosses from I to n,
yeah.
if it's our friend's turn to move. And as I is all the same.
Okay, basically, it is the smallest the number of skill points related to kill bosses I to n. If it's of friend's turn. Okay, what they're just making it here is you consider 1 2, so the I to n, and they just figure out if it's a friend turn to move, then what number of skill points is related to kill the bosses I to n.
If it's our turn to move.
Okay, so if it's out turn to move, then what's the number of smallest number of skill points that goes to bosses? But in our case, it isn't necessary because we can just You can just kill the boss with the recent skill points. So the skill points are considered only for our friends, please, but not in our case.
All right. Why greedy will not work here? It could be. It could be. We'll see. Let's do the DP first. So the DP solution would be we want to find these two functions. So obviously, when we want to kill, let's say that we want to kill bosses from I to N, and let's say we have 0 numbered bosses, so him N and us N is equal to 0, just because to kill an empty set of bosses, we need 0 skip points. Bosses, so him N and us N is equal to 0, just because to kill an empty set of bosses, we need 0 skip points.
Okay, so basically, when there are no bosses, then we, yeah, usually 0.
And then we go from right to left. And for each position, we want to calculate him I, and then we want to calculate us I. So us I is easier to calculate because we can kill any boss, so we just can kill 1 or 2 of them. And us I will be equal to minimum of him I plus 1 and him I plus 2. But here,
okay, so what's happening here is this again as I equals to minimum of him I plus 1. So basically,
if I is equal to n minus 1, we will have an array out of bounds. So to handle it, we can do, I think that the most explicit way, what I would do would be like this. Only update the minimum if we can, if this bound does not go out. But we can do it easily if we just also, actually, we can just increase the size of the array and say that the n plus 1, like for n plus 1, we also have 0, but it's more of a hacker way. So I think that this way is more explicit.
so assigning this of I plus 1, then if that plus 2 is less than or equals, and then you can just execute this because for the last question, then here we publish 2.
And better in general. And for him I, it will be us I plus 1 plus, if our friend only kills 1 boss, we will have to kill, we will have to use a skip point for a hard boss, and hard bosses are denoted by 1s, so we just add AI, because we have to add 1 for hard boss and 0 for easy boss. That's exactly the, because we have.
Okay, so basically for targeting human, just checking for the SI plus 1, so and then adding
have to add 1 for hard boss and 0 for easy boss. That's exactly the type of the boss. And if again I plus 2 is not greater than n, then we make minimum of us I plus 2 and again plus AI plus AI plus 1, because we'll have to kill 2 bosses, I and I plus 1.
But why do we want to add the plus 1 again here? Because it already add up here.
And so the first person to move is our friend, as you can see. So we just output him of 0, because him of 0 is exactly this situation. Our friend is the next to move, and we want to kill bosses from 0 to n. So I think that should be correct, but we'll see. 2, 2, 2, 2, 1, 0. Looks good. Okay, accepted. Some people wrote about greedy. I'm not sure. 2, 1, 0. Our friend is
The line of comments with the connect underscore underscore the names editorial. Mm, yeah, starts up here. Uh, oh, okay, understood. But sometimes support cancels out. Okay. So basically, we just creating a 2D array. So initializing everything with and initializing the degree of 0 1 0. Okay. So basically, it is of I and who, right? So one represents us, zero represents sorry, zero represents us, one represents fine. So what is I? So it's, initially it is our friend star and he has just killed zero bosses, that's what it is. Then it just goes on like that from 0 to n, this increments of that. And who starts with 0 because okay, so after this, after our function should be of ours done and should be always less than 2 because per session is going to be only uh, max of 2 bosses can be taken up there. Then there's another inner loop, so where we just have a fight starting from 1 and then the total number of bosses minus I comma 2. So basically what's saying up here is so the max number is always 2, right? But at some cases it can exceed, so the n would be of okay, okay. Put it on this path clearly. Um, oh, yeah. So if pod is 0, cause sorry, if who is us, then 0 just get cancelled. Result, then this value will be added up here, and it's just updated to the list of this masters. So basically, now I can just understood a bit of this. So what he is trying to do here is he is calculating the number of skill bosses up here in this line. So where he just adds adds the value of this because yeah, because we already skipped 2 bosses, and if there is considered 3 ones, then we can just skip those 2 ones. That we at least one hot box that should be added here. And then if fight is less than 1, so fight is greater than 1, So just checking whether 5 is greater than 1. So basically it starts with 1 and maximum can be 2 or it should be of 1. So basically it should be either 1 or 2. So that's what I was saying up here in this condition, and we're just implementing it. So this loop will be wholly run into 2 times. That too when the minimum value of this will be of 2. So this loop is running for twice as at max, and the hard is calculated from here. So only once. Okay, so basically if the number of 5 is greater than 1, we just doing up here and it's just pointing at 0. Oh, I couldn't understand this part. I'm just clear about this part. What makes it clear is so just making the basic for the next set of values. So basically, just starting like at this type. I'm not sure if you're something like it is 1. It's will not show the 0. It is 0 set of 1. And we just added this thing. So basically, for how to escape, basically because this presents up 0 for hard versus for tackled by us, and it becomes the same as hard because everything. Okay, then what it is doing here is we're just checking the KP for the minimum uh, for us and for friend. Okay, the solution is good, but still not convinced or understanding the solution. So this is what allowed us the pattern solve C problem. Solution given by JL. Ah, fuck. I think you should understand the core concepts. I'm not that well good in greedy or DP problems because I haven't even practiced it in my whole life span. See, as you can just see my profile that I just use it to solve a lot of 8 and 9 operator problems. That too in passes to your back. So yeah, you can just see I'm just not solving problems for take it for here. So I can just solve it here. So let's hide the solve problems. And just unhide it. Then I can just see kind of like solve all the 18 problems, but I'm not skilling myself. So I had to push myself to solve solve more number of more rate of problems. Maybe the rate of 1300 and above would be a good decent amount. Oh, that's a contest. It's just I think I just participated in fewer contest. I think maybe a 4 or 5 or 5 to 6. I think so. So I'm not a great contest guy. Oh, I just participated in 10 contest. Like a retard. I just saw each and every one problems in every contest, bro. There is like a zero improvement for. Oh, but the thing of here is, I'm just practicing hardly at 2 months. So starting from August, September, October, it's been like 3 months. There should be some kind of improvement, but yeah, as you see, I'm just I'm just fixing the load of 800 to 900 orders. I really haven't tried more than that in my lifespan. So, wow, thank you. Where does it start? Oh, in the YouTube. Okay, shall let's try to catch up if possible. Yeah, so back to the thing. I just need to participate back also, and need to grasp a bit of concepts from each and every area. Uh, okay, let's go and watch the my syllabus. I missed already. Question six, right? Okay. So I'm just fucking Rita that I'm not sure I'm just good at these things too. So these are kind of like a primary school or secondary school math, and I'm just not good at it. So these are purely primary school things. Yep, everything is a primary school math, and okay, so this might be a little higher for primary school. Yeah, this. Oh, that's already things that is quite good. I guess I remember the good old days. This is quite important. And, uh, to be able to write proof for every solution, it's quite programming is quite important. Hmm. Yeah, I'll just say a fucking story on that. Where I used to take a biology stream in my high school, and I had a break, and then went there to see us. That too in a fucking distorted manner. Also, I didn't even touch my laptop for programming after I entered my college. So I didn't remember the thing of I in my school days. That's what I was doing. Like, I know about high and low, but not not aware of this IOI thing, and I'm not just that the experience to practice all things in my primary school or school thing. So now I'm not know how to implement these fucking things. The span and trace, the photographs, and the images. So I just know the concept, but not the programmer way to do all the things and solve problems using those concepts. The probability. Once I used to be a math student. Once. Calculus is quite good part. Oh, what I saying? Do you think that most of our participants are really 2000 plus rated in CF courses? I'm just saying basic syntax and semantics. So HLL is required. Okay, I think I can just go and just do some USACO problems. I think USACO, does USACO knows DP or the higher level concept of this thing? So let's go for the USACO Platinum. Oh, that's the thing. Okay, USACO is quite good. Let me just cover straight thing up with Platinum, right? Yep. So yeah, basically this two things are for bronze first. Uh, lag internet. Oh, that's the thing, bro. Oh, yeah, like the fucking high school retard. Okay, so they go wrong. So what I can do practice. To handle it, the upper basic concept of the standards and CSS input problems. I'm not sure if it's only the reports of CSS. What's the mullah now? Just solve the things. Yeah, just solve all the three things. And CF, yeah. So the best uh, so this was the information versus why problem will know which one is your good solution. How to number forward. Number zero one. This by this is problem I mean the investing before the account is distributed. So then it's already entered the solution. It's quite easy. So just count what I just done up there. Bruh. Okay, the number of test cases. The three things. Okay, so it is almost going to distribute and solution. Good. Alright, in the fucking retard. So you want to buy W bananas and stuff. It's going to help us. Okay. So let's put the second one and so on. Okay. So how many dollars have we borrowed? Let's try to buy the banana. So it is kind of like a geometry progression. Okay, and just one like that. So yeah, just if you take all the geometry progression thing, right? And it is this. No, I think that's not an issue here. We can. Yeah, okay, good. Uh, back guys. Uh, back guys. So basically, here's $N. Okay, okay. So here's $N. How many you need to borrow? Uh, okay. So here the W is 4. So 4 into 4 plus 1 by 2 would be of 6. So 6 times 3 would be of 18. And yes, $19. Then should be of 1, right? 4 times 4 plus 1, bro. So it's not 6, right? So 10. So 10 times 3 was 30. So it's 30 minus 30 minus 30 will be 30. Yep. See, I've just made this many observations. Okay, I've just tried to go a bit faster up here. Okay, let's thing. Coming CDP, I'll just use normal template, and if you do something like sorry, so release of three things K, N, and W. I'll just get all the values of K, N, and W. So once I just get that, I'll just see out the formula. So which is N, sorry, value minus of N, right? So it's your K times W into W plus 1 over 2 or plus of, sorry, minus of N, be the answer. So with this, okay, just do this here another TPP. I think I just copied it earlier. Yeah, this is fine. But okay, for any case where if there is no should be the more. So I understood uh, why I got the wrong answer in the first stage. I'm just doing the same mistake outside my ear, but doing the same mistake. Ah, fuck it. Oh, awesome.